Hello everybody and welcome back to Sky Factory 4, episode 16, with me, Scryptar. And I think we have that guy over there, lady in red.
Hello!
Are you backwards?
Am I?
Oh,
Hello!
hi!
Hello.
Now I can see you. Turn around, that was better.
Hi.
So, as everybody can see, we finished the second cubicle. Yes, second compact machine that we have set up, and this is our farm. Now, last time we created all this lovely blue mulch. Might as well use it, right? I mean, look at this. One thing we didn't do that I did just now, after last episode, is craft up the, what is this, magma slimy block? There, magma slimy dirt, that's the one. So for that, you need dirt, you need a magma slime crystal, which is just that, that's easy to do. And molten night slime bucket, and I can click on it as much as I want, there's no recipe for that. That had me a little bit in the dumps there. So, let's look at night slime real quick. If we look at the ingot, and we go to casting, and we click on the fluid, and we go to alloying, there you go, it is molten iron, liquid purple slime, and seared stone. That is easy to get. I mean, seared stone, yeah, right? That's just, it's basically stone that you put in the smeltery. And liquid purple slime you get from purple slime balls in milk. Yes, or you just smelt them. It doesn't really matter. And molten iron is molten iron. So that makes that. And then, since this is the Tinker Smeltery, you just put an empty bucket into the casting table and pour it over there. That does work. It's a little bit interesting that there's not shown in here. There's no recipe for that. Yeah, well, but, you know, just try and error, it worked, and then you get that stuff, and that is really good. I mean, look at how fast they are growing. Not as fast as the rest, but faster than before. The only thing that doesn't grow at all is this, the chorus fruit, which we thankfully don't need for that much. 1.8%. Wow. Yeah, you can't upgrade this. There's just no way to upgrade that. Anyway, we have all the saplings in here. They are all doing their thing. Cobalt, we still have multiple times. I mean, there's 2 over there. There should be 1, 2 over there. Yup. You know, we get the, what is it? Pristine wither matter? Wither matter? The wither matter. That's it. Ow. I earned that. Okay. And then down here we have all the hogs. Well, not all of them. We're still missing 2. Ooh, I'm getting stuck on the cable. Right over here we're missing aquamarine and we're missing a sapphire, which we can't get yet. I do have the sand and the stone in there, which they need to actually lay down truffles, as all of these are doing. You know, some of these have different requirements, so some of them have soulstone, sand, and stone, I believe, for the ender pearls. For some of them it's dirt, for most of them it's stone, so that's pretty easy, actually. I don't think there's anything really special in here, like nothing needs slimy dirt or anything like that. It's just pretty bare stuff. Gravel, hogs need gravel, I think that's pretty much it. So we still need aquamarine and sapphire, which we can't get yet because we're not at that stage where we get access to the resources to craft those mud buckets. But we have all the others. And this works exactly as it worked outside before. So we do have our item collector here. That's pretty new. It has a bigger range than the vacuum hoppers we've been using, the absorption hopper, and a bigger inventory. And it is pretty fast. And then we have 2 controlled miners. Why 2? I had this set up first where I had, I think, the miner here and the item collector on top, because this thing does have quite a box. And it extends down 1 or 2, I believe, as well. So that's not really a big issue. You can put that just on top. But this thing wouldn't work. And that's because of the setup we have here. It's wider than it is deep. So the first thing it tries to mine is the block over here in that corner, which is the solid compact machine wall, which is not mineable, and it gets stuck on that. So with 2 of them, since this is pretty much symmetrical, I could actually set that up, and as you can see now, that's just the inside of the cube, so it's just the hogs and their truffles. And the only thing it is not allowed to mine is the glass in between. Right here, blacklist. So that works. And this intersects with this one right here, with, you know, the middle between them being here, so they both can mine this one row here. It's quite nice. That works.
If it did manage to mine one of the machine wall blocks, does that mean it'll create a black hole on itself?
It's divide by 0 probably. Yeah, I mean, there have been glitches with this mod where you actually, when you have this full of blocks and you spawn in here because, you use your what is it, the personal shrinking device to get in here, it might push you outside the walls, but then you get, I think, teleported back inside because you can't live outside. Something like that happens. Never had that problem myself, so I can't really tell. I just heard from others.
Ah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is working. It's working again quite nicely. Yes, bless you. Alright. Keep interrupting. It's good.
Sorry.
Alright, so looking at every day I'm truffling, it still says we only have 22 out of 46. Well, I think it's just because we have never touched the truffles, really. Those are going, as you can see, via logic cable straight into, I think this is 7 or 8 of these packages. I'm not going to count now. And if you do the math, we need 42 hogs. These have 6 slots. So yeah, that's 7. I didn't need to count, I can do math. That's exactly 42. So that works. Each of these will have one type of truffle per slot. And that should leave this item collector completely empty. And if it does, get stuck on an item because it puts, I don't know, obsidian in 4 of these packages, which would be stupid, but it might happen. Because there's no filter in there, then, well, who cares? At some point, those truffles will be crafted into the obsidian, or whatever it might be, and that slot will become empty, and the next truffle gets taken out of the item collector, so I'm not really overly worried. Everything is wirelessly energized, as you can see down here. That's pretty cool. And then everything goes into the box.
Just so you know, that unless... There are certain things in this mod pack that, unless we both do it, it's not registering.
Yes.
Like the seeds and the truffles. Unless you pick up every single truffle at least once, it doesn't register.
No, exactly. That's the point.
I only have 4 more seeds to do. And if you look on your seeds under the farming tab, you'll see you have how many left.
Farming tab. Which one? The animal croppings?
Yes.
Yeah, 8 out of 28.
Yeah, and I only have 4 left.
Yeah, so at some point we need to go through that as well. But here it's pretty easy. We've never touched these truffles. They are getting automatically mined, automatically picked up, automatically put into the packager, and the end resource comes out. So we never have to touch them, which is why we don't have them. But it should be pretty easy. As soon as we get the last 2 in here, Aquamarine and Sapphire, we just switch off the cable right here that's attached to the item collector. Which means the item collector will fill up, and then we just take that inventory, finish the quest, put the stuff back in, and let it empty. It's done. For now, it's generating resources, so no really need to worry. Hi.
Oh, fine, be that way.
Yeah, I am. I am that way. So everybody knows. That's just me. Over here, nothing to see. We didn't change anything. That's still the same setup. I did go back in there and fix some stuff, like you can see the tank filling up there. Actually, that's cool. Nice. Like put activated the overflow vents to dispose of surplus fluid and gases and all that stuff. It's working. It's working endlessly. You don't need to worry about that. It's not like we ever need to go back in there again, unless we need HDPE pellets for another recipe for a machine or something, and I'm pretty sure at some stage we will. So I might even bump up those crates we have in there to hold more items, so it's ready when we need it. It's probably a thing. One thing I forgot last episode, let's do that real quick. Where's my sugarcane stuff? Sugar, we have 13 septuple compressed sugarcane. Now we can do this. Sugar high! That was... which one? Very end right here. Down there. Craft the octuple compressed sugarcane block because it's really important. And I think so too. It's so important that I forgot about it 2 episodes. So now we need to do the octuple compressed netherrack block. Well, for that we need to get into mystical agriculture. We want to have that done any day. I do want to get into these singularities really quickly, relatively fast, one of the two. But for today, I was looking through this stuff. Like, the first tab is complete, second tab is complete, third tab, yeah, it's just those seeds. Well, we can do those whenever. We should have all the resources for that. Age of Power, we still have I'm So Aghast, The End of All Matter, and Dusk Till Dawn. I would like to get these 3 knocked out, then this whole thing will be complete. And I do want to get back into deep mob learning a little bit, because... where is it? I can't see it. Isn't it in here? It's somewhere in here. Deep mob learn all the things? I think that's over here somewhere. Not that. Oh, right here. Ah! I wasn't looking for that icon, I was looking for that deep mob learner thing. Obtain 1 of each deep mob learning pristine matter. We have 4 out of 18. 2 of which we got from uncrafting saplings. So... I don't want to do that manually, I want to automate that. I want to set up some sort of way to go through all of the deep mob learning stuff. No, not L, E. E for inventory, that makes total sense. There you go. These are all the things we can do, and we want to do them. So, Twilight Swamp data model, that looks like a mushroom cow thing. Gain data by defeating non-vanilla mobs in the swamp labyrinth or the Hydra lair. Ooh, look at that. That's going to be interesting. That is a Twilight thing, so that gives us Twilight pristine matter, which is, I think, the thing we need. That there, Twilight matter. Twilight Forest data model, Twilight Swamp data model, Twilight Darkwood data model, Twilight Glacier data model. That's going to be a bit of a thing. I mean, what we can do is what we've done before. We can take one of these trial keys, take that with us, kill one of those creatures, and then just spawn it in using the trial keystone. And what I want to do is set up sort of a farm around that trial keystone. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to... wrong button. To the Lost Cities. And have a look there. Yep, right here. I probably should move that waypoint to somewhere else. It's in the middle of things. Wow. So I already laid this out a little bit. When you have something on the ground that blocks this thing... oh, come on, run. Give me that. Because torch always works. There you go. It says, make sure a 15 by 15 by 10 area is clear. So if I remove that, as you can see there's a block up there too, then it says this area is clear. Start your trial. So this is the outer border. It's 7 blocks every way, and then, 10 above. I want to make this a little bit of a mob farm. So I probably want to have a door somewhere here. So I can come in here, put in the key, and then just run back out. And basically just stand here, like in any other ordinary manual mob farm. Have those guys all pushed over here. I mean, I already have vector plates down there. I can't put vector plates here. They obstruct the keystone. It won't work. But we do have fans, which you might have seen when I opened my inventory for the first time. We do have these, the mob fan, which is easy to do at this point in time. We have all those resources, and you can upgrade this in width and height, which is, again, easy, and in distance. You can put a maximum of 10 in there, that's right. So this can push quite far. We also have other fans that we could potentially use. They just need redstone, a redstone signal, and they start working. So we can do something where we set them up in the back over here. Probably need to have a couple rows, because we need to get the ceiling. If we spawn a gas in here, we want that to be pushed over here too. Probably also need 1 or 2 up here to push them down, so we can push them into this chamber. And that should be good. They should spawn, they should be pushed by the fans, and we just stand here and wait for them, and we just smack them in the face. I think that's
just remember one thing. Try not to be such a pushy guy.
Ta-da! Isn't this the ugliest thing you've ever seen? So we were using tempered glass, and we were using just standard chiseled obsidian, as we use for our other mob farm, and basically constructed the big box. So this is technically working. If we go in here and look at this, it says insert a tune trial key to start trial. So nothing is blocked. Then we put in these fans. Now you can switch these fans to say show area, and as you can see it's a 1 by 1 by 5. I don't know if you can see the 5, but you can definitely see the 1 by 1. And you can upgrade this. To upgrade this, you just go in here and put these fan upgrades in there. So just shift left click them in there. You see this is maximum height. It's not quite enough. If you have a spider up there in the ceiling, you won't get it, so that's why we have another one on top. Then we can go with, and with this you can see we're getting a nice big cube here, but we don't have the range yet. We want them to be pushed into the middle here, so that the fans in the back can push them into this area, and then, you know, the vector plates are going to do the rest. And this guy up there is going to push them down. So let's see if we can get some sort of overlapping effect here. We should probably show area for this one as well. Yeah, this basically is the plan. Now, we do need to put range upgrades in there, obviously. Where do I? Right here. Let's say 3. That's 2 more. Looks like it. Come on. Just... Hello, game. Game. Right, that pushes them all the way down to the floor, which means they should hit those vector plates no matter what they, air quotes, are. And that should work quite nicely. So we don't need to show you anymore. Quit lagging. We're going to do the same thing over here. Do that and that. How much range do we need here? That's 1, 2, well, 3 blocks if we want to do totally correct here. 1, 2, 3. So 3 of each. And we get what we want. That's cool. That is quite cool. Like this. Now we're going to do the same with the rest. Before we do that, because it's boring to watch, let's come out here again. You do need to trigger them though. They do need a redstone signal, so obviously we could just go... Can I please fly? Hello? Thank you. We could just go remove that guy for a second. Put the lever on here and do this. And that should work. Yep, as you can see, up there it's turning. If we were to go in here, that would push us down. So I'm trying to fly. I can, barely, but it definitely pushes us down. So that's working. Nice. But you do want to trigger them all at the same time. I mean, obviously you can just put a redstone block there and leave them running, but then we can't go in there. At least not successfully. And get back out there unscathed whenever things start to spawn. So we need to go in there, put the key in there. So we have this lovely door. Look at this. Yes. Right. I love it. So we made some of these wireless transmitters and receivers from Cyclic. Cyclic seems to be the go-to build up everything from the ground mod in this whole mod pack, right? It just looks like it. And they're dirt cheap, as everything in Cyclic, really. It's just some iron, some stone, and redstone torch. And for the transmitter, it's a repeater instead. That's it. So how do these work? Well, we can read it right here, right? I'm pressing all the right buttons today. It's perfect. Transmit wireless redstone to a receiver. Hit this on a receiver to pick up coordinates. Only sends to one receiver. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 fans. We don't want to have 11 levers here. So here's what we came up with. First of all of these have receivers, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come back here. And we have 2 extra receivers here. I'm going to hit left click this one. I'm going to go back and just put this down right here. I'm going to put a lever on there. And lovely as it is, this comes with particle effects. There you go, it's on. You can see it's glowing and you can see some particle redstone effects there. You should see that at the receiver as well. Flying. There you go, that's working. And now what we're going to do is we're going to daisy chain this signal, because this is outputting a redstone signal to all sides. So we have 6 sides to attach to. So let's hit it with the next one. And just plunk that over there. Right there. That didn't work so perfectly. What happened now? Did you switch it off?
No, I haven't touched anything.
Oh. Oh yeah. You have to hit that one and put it here. There you go. So now that receiver is receiving a redstone signal, putting that to that transmitter, and that one is transmitting it over there. Now why would we do that? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides remaining here, and this one has 6 sides remaining, and we have 11 fans. So that seems to be perfect. So what we need to do now is we need to get out, don't need these anymore, we need to get a bunch of these and hit all the fans. Because It sounds bad when you say that, right? Don't hit your fans, it's rude. So hit that one, hit that one, that
What?
one.
You hit me all the time. Come on.
Yeah, you're not a fan of family. Hitting among family is just, cuddling in a very German way. Alright. I'm gonna put that back. Nope. There. Shift, because inventory and stuff and interaction. Now we're gonna hit that one. So now we have the first 7 set up. Right here. So let's put these down. This one goes here. This one goes there. And as you can see, they all light up. It's perfect. This is actually working. We're gonna make a redstone flower. Not a power flower. Same concept. There you go. So those should all have a redstone signal. Yep, looks like it. We need one over here. We need one over here. And then we have some more. I don't think we have... don't think we have enough, do we? Well, it's just these 4 remaining, right? So yeah, that's good. Hit that. Hit that. Get around. Round, round, get around, I get around. No, I did not just do that.
No.
Don't know what you're talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's perfect. See, I can math. There, there, there. And, oh, well, yeah, the floor's missing. So, there. And it should all be controlled by one freaking lever now. Floop. Everything off? Yes. Floop. Everything on. Nice. Look at that. Wireless redstone for days. Pretty cheap. I like it.
Nice.
So that should be good now. If we go in here, that is... push me. And then just hug me. But, satisfaction things. I'm gonna get a copyright strike on that one. Oh, I can't get out! These things are pushing really hard, as you can see now. So that's why I want to have the option to switch them off. We might just put an emergency lever on the inside. We should actually chain this to this door. Whenever you open the door, it switches off. Something like that. Put a pressure plate down. I don't know. We might come up with something. It doesn't really matter that much, as long as we have this set up. So now this is set up except for the upgrade. So we're going to do these real quick. And we're probably going to get ourselves some more of the key things, because I think we're running out. We have 2? Yeah, we still have 2. We still have the self-aware one, so we might just put that in there and see what happens for the zombie. Because that should actually spawn a decent amount, and then we can see if we can do something here. Nice. So, that's all installed, all upgrades are in. It seems to be working. I mean, we did test that earlier, so yeah, all fans are turning, looking good. Let's see. Let's use the last self-aware zombie key that we had. Start trial. Run! Close the door. Flip the lever. You did? Good.
Did.
Hey, looks good. They're standing here. Let me get my sword out, because the field of view here is really bad when you hold that weapon. Here they come. Boop. Not sure if all of them are getting pushed. Don't hit me. But it seems to be kind of working. You know what we need? We need some item collectors. Some hoppers. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
To pick up the experience, to pick up all the drops. So we don't have to run in there. I mean, we will need to run in there eventually to put in a new key, but... don't really feel like having to go in there to collect loot. But it's working.
It's kind of odd, though. If you look, they can actually stop in the middle, and if you're not right there for them to see you... See?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. They might be unaffected by the fans. There. And again, for most of them it seems to work. They are getting pushed. As soon as they are on the vector plates, they can't go anywhere. So that is working. Loot hoarder. Let me kill the loot hoarder. I think as soon as they start to really move, they get pushed. But as long as they have just spawned, it doesn't affect them. That's what it's looking like to me. I mean, we want to put mob templates for ghasts and such in there, so we definitely need those fans to work.
Oh yeah. But as soon as they hit that center, they don't get pushed anymore.
Yeah, that's what happens when the fans intersect, I believe. And I think they do intersect at that middle block there, so we might have to adjust things a little bit so they don't overlap each other.
Right.
But that must be pretty new, because it was never that much of a problem. As you can see, at some points in there, they do get pushed quite severely. We could also do this slightly different and put the fans on the side instead of all those in the back, and then just have one in the back that pushes them forward. Maybe that helps. And there's more fans we can try. For now, I'm pretty happy with the setup. In general, it is working. Just, you know, the fine details. You want to have a look at that. So, for now, let's just finish these waves. And we're going to have another look at this and see if we can tweak it a little bit. And then we'll be right back with some more serious stuff. Alright, we're over here in the nether, which is kind of loading in. It's not really that important. What's important is that there's a ghast up here if it didn't despawn being out of rendering distance for 2 seconds. Might have. Damn it. We are looking for a ghast. As you can see in the bottom left there, we have our deep mob learning data model collector thingy with us. And I'm just trying to shoot a ghast real quick so that we can actually spawn that thing in. That would be pretty cool. We also fixed the mob farm. We didn't have all the range upgrades in the fans. That's why things weren't getting pushed to where they shouldn't. Well, should have gotten pushed. I probably need to wait for this to render. Your fault. There you go.
I try.
Didn't mean you when I'm going to kill you next. It's no problem.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing. I'm just worried about gas. Why are there no gas in this nether? Because it's not a real nether. It's a fake nether. It just looks like the nether, but it isn't one. Found one. Got one. Can't attune the trial. There is no trial for gas. That's lovely. That is so lovely. So where are we? Where are we on? Oh well, maybe if I just leave that in there, it says 5. I have to kill 5 more gas to get this up to basic. But what we really want, I mean, we don't want to go there and spawn them in and shoot them. We want to get the models up to basic so we can put them in deep mob learners and use them. I mean, it's been a pity. I had hoped we could do that and just spawn in some gas and have some fun. Okay, well, it is what it is, right? How can I shoot anything like this? Look at that. I can't even see. Yes. Okay, so since we can't spawn in the gas, we resorted to some extreme measures. This is our gas spawning setup. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Seriously, guys. So, what am I going to do here? If we have a quick look at deep mob learning. There you go. We have, I believe this is 21 data models that we need to worry about. And I think if we look at this here, it says we have to get the pristine matter of 18 different models. This is, I think, 22 we've set up over here. That's 6. Yeah, 3 and 3 is 6, and that's 14. I believe, yeah, so it's 22. Anyway, how does this work now? Up here we have our ME cable and an exporter. We're exporting all the things you need to make this, the polymer clay in the formulaic assemblycator. As you can see, This is the prime machine to go to when you want to autocraft, because this keeps all the items you need in the inventory without overstocking on just one. So you will always be able to craft this recipe as long as you have stock control on. And with auto mode on, this will just do. I can't export right now. It's pretty stuck because all the machines are full. Yes, they are. And since this is pushing out, but nothing else here is currently accepting anything, it can't push out. I can probably set this down to just push only one. Then it should be able to push a couple, because some of these had like 63. Yeah, they're all up to date now. Well, you can see the polymer clay going through there whenever one of these machines runs. Currently only one runs, this one. And there's not much to see here in this little corner. Anyway, so polymer clay is going to be pushed in from the top as we have to. This thing will create the hellish matter, or whatever matter, really, and the pristine matter, if we're lucky. Down here, we have signalum plated ducts. So these are transmitting our power. Over here is the flux point on them. They do 4000 RF per tick. That should be more than enough for all the machines, I hope. Where does it say what we are using? 880 RF per tick for one of them. So yeah, that's probably not enough. But we should be able to just, you know, on the back side, put more flux points every so often. That should work. Should at least power those cables. Okay, that should be good. At least we can power 5 of them. Roundabout. So then, this is drawn out. All the stuff it produces, so the matter and the pristine matter, is drawn out by the retrievers over here. This retriever to the ender chest currently has a whitelist filter for hellish matter. So all the hellish matter that, wherever it is produced, is drawn in there. Or sucked in there, if you wish. And this one here has the pristine wither skeleton matter, that thing.
Easy for you to say.
Yes, exactly. You need a weapon certificate to say that, you know? That's how it works. It's also a whitelist, so this is the only thing that can go in here. Makes it pretty easy. The others are also all set to whitelist, just nothing in there because we don't have any data models here, so nothing is really working right now. We're working on that. We're trying to get data models. And whatever loot this thing creates will then just be sucked out with this one resonant retriever, which is just on an empty blacklist. So give me everything, no matter what it is, and into the ender chest. So regular matter goes into the ender chest up here, and all the loot drops that we configure. So over here it's probably going to be, yeah, skeleton skull with the skeleton skulls. They also go into the system. We could probably get rid of one of these chests and just put them on the side of this loot maker. And just, you know, wrap the cable around. Thinking about putting just an item frame here with the skull of whatever we're trying to spawn in. I don't know if all the things have skulls that they can drop. Or we could use something else. We could put the pristine matter on there or whatever we want. I mean, we will have it for free. And then maybe some stairs at the bottom and at the top to hide these cables. And probably put all of that in one of our cubes. Because item frames and such, you know, lag. It is a thing, and since power is wireless, and item transfer with ender chests is wireless, and even fluids with the ender tanks is wireless, we can put it where we want. Just, yeah, make it look nice and shiny. So whenever we get around to having all those data models, these will run one machine or one machine setup per data model. And we might even double up on one or two of those. Now, how do we get all of them? I mean, the ghast one was pretty easy. Just, you know, get your ghast here, but then you also need to kill the ghast 6 times to get this up. From faulty to basic, because if it's not basic, it won't run in the machine. So you can either go to the nether and hunt some ghast, which we can definitely do, or in case it's not a ghast, but something like this right here, the Guardian, for example. I mean, where do you find a monument in the sky world, right? Well, there's probably a Guardian seed or something. Let's have a look. Guardian, what do we have here? Guardian Lily, that's the one. So, any kind of fish, accepts any fish, as it says. A lily pad, which we can do, and insects, which we have in abundance. Lily pad, overworldian matter and vines, that's the easy way. Earlier we did it this way, cactus, grass, seeds, and vines in the hydrator with a little bit of water. It's a bucket, right? I think that's a bucket. Gives you lily pads as well, but I think, you know, we're just going to do this because we have that. And it gives you 4, look at that. Yeah, so we're going to spawn that thing in a bit. Tiny bit. And since it's a lily, plant in water, as it says there, so we do need a pond where we can do this. And,
I happen to have one.
Yeah. One? I mean, we have that farm down there, but we can't really access it because it's encased in glass. But we do have water sources like up here.
Yeah, I got a place. I can show you.
You do have a place, yeah. Well, that is something I would never have expected.
You want to go check it out?
No. Let's go. Sure.
This way.
That way? Oh wow. I would never have expected to go that way. There we go. Lovely. So you live here now?
Well, no, this is my fishing hole.
For the weekend?
Yeah.
After streaming World of Warships. Yeah, I mean, the Yamato doesn't fit in there, so okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I like this. This could have been a starter island. I mean, it's nice.
If you look, we are in the ocean biome. So.
Yes, we are. Set that right there underneath the minimap.
Yep.
Cool. No, I like that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get, as best as we can, all of the deep mob learning data models together. And since we need to talk about creating those creatures. Now you figure out what I wanted to say. Creating all those creatures anyway.
Dun, 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 dun. Ah!
Oh, right there. We need to make the seeds, we need to make the lilies, so that will probably be part of next episode, creating just a couple of them. You know, it's repetitive. And once you've seen how one of the lilies work and how one of the seeds work, I mean, you can guess how the rest will work, right? There's no need to sit there and just make it overly boring. It's like chicken breeding. It's like, no. No. The only thing we can't really do is leveling up for Twilight Matter, because that will be Twilight Forest. So it seems, even though I said we're not going to do the Twilight Forest advancement tab, because it's basically vanilla, we'll see how much we can cheese this and get all the stuff done. We might do a speed run of that. Like one episode, do all the advancement that we can do in the Twilight Forest. Get all the boss mobs. We'll see.
You know it'll be fun. Stop fighting it.
Alright, but if you press F5, I'm in your head.
Hi!
That's not a good thing. Alright, with this lovely view from our fishing hut where we're going to relax now while this video is rendering, we will see you again next time. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye.